The ERA and proposed 28th Amendment is a total and utter scam. All that does is give politicians a pass since 1868. The Constitution is non binary. Rights have always been non binary. There's no gender. So having something to say that rights can't be violated on account of sex is ridiculous, because all persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens of the United States and all have the same rights to life, liberty, and property. See, that doesn't say all persons born, except a person classified as a woman at birth by a third party, who then gets infected by a man with a parasite that the government sees as valuable, at X amount of weeks has no rights. Refer to subsection B. Subsection B would say the born citizen, now at their own financial expense and bodily autonomy, must grow the parasite for the government. If they choose not to do that, the government will arrest them and hold them accountable for damaging a governmental asset. The standard removal cost, there isn't one, so it's anywhere from $20,000 to $1 million to remove the governmental asset after 9 months. During that 9-month period, you, the citizen, at your own financial and bodily autonomy expense, must pay to grow and raise the asset of the government. See, to write what I just described would violate the 13th Amendment, slavery, the 9th Amendment, inalienable rights beyond the Constitution, the 8th Amendment, cruel and unusual punishment, 7th Amendment, calls for more than $20 so you now have a civil trial. Your 4th Amendment was violated by a label of woman that was given to you, so now you have a 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendment. The fact that people are actually cheering for an ERA proves not a single citizen or activist group has ever actually fought for your rights. You see, you should sue every women's rights group out there, because they actually fought for a label of utterance and oppression. They never fought for your all persons born rights. And before you say the 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote, there's a difference between your inherent rights to life, liberty, and property, which are given upon breath. Now, the privilege to vote, you have to meet age criteria and you can't be a felon. And it changed the word male from the 14th Amendment, Section 2, to the word sex. So right there, the right of U.S. citizens to vote should not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. So the fact that people don't know this is just pathetic. And yet we've got creators on this app grifting left and right, and politicians and activist groups telling you you need to give them money to take away your rights because of a label. Take emotions out of politics. Politics is unemotional. That is why it is not a baby, it is a parasite. It still requires a host. Even upon birth, it requires a host. That's why you can hand it to the government and walk away. Or, if you choose to keep it, you've signed an 18-year contract where you agree to clothe it, feed it, house it, raise it, educate it. These things are ridiculous that we are forcing citizens into this because no one has read 7 articles and 27 amendments. No one has honored the Constitution. So why would I want a 28th Amendment that gives politicians a pass for the last 150 years for violating their oath? The only thing we need a 28th Amendment for is repealing slavery, period, full stop, in the United States. The 13th Amendment is the most problematic amendment that we currently have. But again, who cares if we're using prison slave labor? I do. Why don't other U.S. citizens? Click below, grab yourself a copy of the Constitution, because the Constitution of the United States will be null and void tomorrow. We're America now, where we have one rule of law. How do I know that? Because Donald Trump, a private citizen, claims responsibility for turning on an app. He bypassed all 3 branches of federal government, and Democrats sat back and let him do it. The United States is over because no one defended it. All these patriotic United States veterans hosting lives, did they defend the United States, non-binary constitution? Or did they host lives talking about America and women's rights and trans rights? Not a single creator or politician has ever provided a solution in the last 2 decades. All they've done is create labels of division and otherance. The United States, it's a joke of the world at the moment. I wish everyone the best in America. I really hope we can save the United States, but it doesn't seem like anybody is defending it. And you'll even see people in all the comments arguing for America. Giving aid and comfort to anything other than the United States is treason defined. Get your copy below. Read your Constitution even online for free. Just read it, know your rights, because our politicians don't, and we're about to lose the United States.